Hello everybody, and welcome to a little bit different entry here on the Night Eagles 49 channel. This is a game that I was a part of a couple of years back. One of the few that I've been able to do and put out as just at least a workable level. It's called Bent. Funny little backstory of that, but it was a team of, let's see, one, two, like 5, 6 guys that we came together for a weekend for Global Game Jam. And that's what we put out. So if you're checking the link, you have to hit X to get it to start. And once you do, it's the WASD controls. Once you start moving, you hear that music pick up. We had an awesome sound guy, a great animator, great programmers. Excuse me. Yeah, look at him. Now that is a rock, and as you'll see, I'll let the music go for a little bit because it is pretty good. And I was the design production kind of side of things, so I helped out with the team. And at first I was going to add some art assets, but our artist was so good that we just kind of stuck with it. And I think one of the other, I think the sound guy or programmers did just a little bit to fill in, but this is under 48 hours. So the goal of the map is to collect fire and water elements to increase your little rock character here. Bouncy guy, I love that animation. So fire makes you go faster, and then you can jump a little farther. Come on. I think you're supposed to be able to go back that way. Okay, never mind. But the controls are a little loose, but it was something that we had actually played with back and forth. When you get the water, jumping higher. So in combination, so you're kind of trapped, like you're forced to go this way. Okay, it's all coming back to me now. I did that actually, just like oh no, we can't make it, and then you come this way and it's like, oh right, we're gonna go over the stump. The funny thing is, if you don't make it, you just go right back here, and it kind of teaches you, oh, you can't just jump over the stump, you've got to time it. So we'll go ahead and move past that too. But whoa. This was really a fun project though, I gotta admit. Whoop. Here I am showing up this level and I'm like struggling with it. Yeah. I guess we're gonna pick up fire, which means we're a little bit faster. Ooh. So another thing that we kind of played around with was being able to move while we were in the air. And we actually argued about it back and forth. It was something at the end of the day we just said, you know what, we have to play test this. It's not something that we can just decide on paper. So we opted to do the one where you have very little control when you're in the air. So it's almost like you jump and you have to live with those consequences. Well, for gameplay purposes, it's actually less fun to do that because you're more or less punishing the player. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Now I can jump really high. Because like in this situation, you can't make it onto the ledge. You'd have to give yourself just a bit of inertia, which, if you did it right, it's a fun gameplay mechanic, but in this situation it's not really the best. There we go. So yeah, so the controls are like, we did have an iteration of this where you can control yourself, and it was more fun in one way. Look at that flower, that goes behind you. That's good stuff right there. And we used, we used Flixel. Oh, I dropped all the way down. Anyway, let's get back up to the top. I'll go ahead and, there we go. I'll mute the sound for now. Not that I don't like it, so if my buddy is watching this and, dude, it has nothing to do with you. So, there we go. Get back up this direction. And, this was always the hard part. And see, that's where I think near the end of the level we kind of realized, oh, we should make it to where you could move midair. And then even at the end of this level, you actually can't complete the level, which is unfortunate. And that was kind of a time constraint thing. Like, this was a project where we all looked at it and said, let's just see if it works from start to finish, just level, like one level. and that was kind of in some ways my call. I don't want to take all the credit for these, but I do want to showcase what I had a big part in. This game, this idea was so large in scope. I mean, aren't they all? But it was. Oh, I got it! Yeah. This one's so hard to get up here. It was so. I'm gonna stop for just a second. It was so large in scope that there was no way we were gonna finish it in time. So we made some design decisions, and we brought it back. You know, we were like, we can't do all these levels, we can't do all these extra abilities, let's just bring it down to its core mechanics. That is, the character changes based upon the pickups, based upon the fact that the more you get, the more the gameplay changes, but the core mechanics stay the same. You know, it's the run, jump, platform thing. Oh, there we go. Ah, I made it! I always have the hardest time with that. So we stuck with that. And this is what we came up with. Now, we realized it's far too late, but as you can see, I'm bonking my head. And the end of the level is way over there, up at the top. You may have just seen a glimpse of it. But the goal was to, you kind of go in there in a little shrine, and you dump off the fire and water elements, which gets you to the next level. And there you go. So I'll turn the music back on, see if you can make it back up to the top. I'll let you guys enjoy the methodic rhymes. So basically all the sound was created at the event. I have to give a lot of credit to everyone on the team. We've had two brothers working on it. I don't know, I haven't talked to them about whether or not they want their name shown, so I'll chat with them before I just blurt this out, and I'll leave them in the description. But they were awesome. One of them was a programmer, the other one, he knows some programming, but oh, look at me, what am I doing? He knows some programming, but mostly sound. He is a big sound guy, and he is awesome. He did all that sloshing noise. Yeah, he did that, and it was just added so much to it. And then our animator and artist, he did such an awesome job stylizing everything, you know. And then we kind of set up a workflow where I would go through and I actually drew out maps using graph paper, which I know some people think is pretty low tech, but I like it. I think it's a good way to get your ideas down. And I know a lot of people that use that technique because you get your units of measurement. You know, you get your 1x1s and you know how many pixels that's going to be, and that's extremely important. So, well, I am having a hard time getting myself back up here. Oh, see, I'm glad that actually happened. We added this because we noticed this area was kind of difficult. Like, oh, if you missed this ledge, or if you did what I did and you actually overshoot the jump, then you're not punished all the way, because we felt the levels just way too hard at one point. And like I said, part of that has to do with controls. Part of that has to do with the fact that it's a little loose, and you can't change your inertia mid-flight. Come on, I can do it, guys. I can do it. Oh, come on, little brown rock of doom. Come on, buddy. Alright, we're going to do here. But thanks everybody for joining me. I just wanted to show that off and show that, there we go, show a little something that I've done, because, you know, I've got a lot of stuff out there, but I don't always have it all together, so I want to share it on my YouTube channel. And, oh, another little thought is, we were going to do lives in this, and we actually play tested that, and it was super bad, because if you were not the best player, it was pretty much just really punished you for experimenting and playing around. So we did just infinite lives, and you can just figure out the map. So anyway, thank you everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave something in the comments, and you guys have a good one. Later.